Hello, this is me, Deathening Octopus, and welcome to another video of Scrap Mechanic. And today I am back on the Donningstone racing circuit, which I built, and I have a bit of a predicament. Well, I've been trying to build different cars to see if I can get anything to go around Donningstone correctly, and I've found a bit of a problem, and that is that I seem to have built Donningstone very narrow, and because this game is the vehicles in this game are a bit more sensitive and sloppy handling than I expected when I built Donningstone. It makes it basically impossible to do Donningstone properly, like a proper flying lap, because you just end up hitting a wall or flipping over or getting tangled up or anything. You just can't really do a full lap. So I've been trying to make cars that can, and the trouble is, if you make the car too wide, it of course you stand more of a chance of doing that and tagging the walls as you go round. And if you make them too narrow, you have more chance of actually flipping the car over. Oh dear. And also, if the wheelbase is too small, then the car will probably flip over. And if the wheelbase is too wide, then it won't be able to steer enough. So it's definitely a predicament. You need to get just the right balance, and so far I think this is about as close as I've been able to get to that right balance. But the trouble is, it still isn't quite what I was hoping for. It still isn't quite good enough. You can see that I can just about do it, but this isn't as fast a lap and as clean a lap as I would like. I'd like to actually be able to use the entire racing line, all the right braking points, all the right steering points, all the right accelerating points, but I just can't, because I've made the track too narrow. And when I was building this track, I thought it was going to be really wide, because I built it like I built it as wide as I thought it needed to be, and it was just too narrow. And what I think I'd do now, if I built the same track, is I'd build it, but I build the walls away from the track, so you have like some runoff area. Because oh goodness, if you had a runoff area, it would be so much easier to, because you could use, of course, you're allowed to use as much of the grass in the runoff area as you like in motorsports, as long as you don't put all four wheels over the edge of the track. So basically, I could put 3 of my wheels over the line, and still it would count. And still it would count as on the track, and still the lap time would be allowed. So, bit of a predicament. As I said, if I was designing this track again, I would design it without the barriers. Well, I'd have barriers, but they'd be a lot further away, and the track probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't build this part of the track as close to the other part of the track as it is, because of course you have to put the barriers close. If you do, this is like, so it reminds me a bit of Monaco. Interestingly, the Monaco Grand Prix is coming up this weekend, but I don't really want to go into that, because I might bore my subscribers. So I am thinking of starting a new series soon, though, just explaining things about Formula 1 and things, because in real life I never really get the opportunity to talk about Formula 1 unless I'm like talking with my family or people, because we're all big Formula 1 fans. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to make a YouTube series where I just talk about Formula 1. I know that it would get pretty much no views, and I know that it would probably annoy some subscribers and stuff, but I wouldn't mind, because it would give me the opportunity that I need to talk about Formula 1. So I'd be happy with that. And I don't exactly know how I'd do it or how it would work. It's probably a stupid idea, but yeah. Anyway, so I'm now going to demonstrate some of the problems I've had with building other cars. So I demonstrated these two. Oh dear. This one accidentally flips over because it has a very short wheelbase. So this one accidentally flips over when I corner sometimes. And this one was designed on purpose to flip over. And since then I've built this because I was experimenting to see if really wide tyres, of course made with two tyres stuck together, would be any better. And it turns out that they're not, or at least they might be, but I haven't designed it properly. Because if you look, it does tend to make the car crab a little bit, by which I mean it kind of it makes, when you steer the car, it kind of just makes the rear end steer in the opposite direction, and the car just ends up kind of going forwards, but at a diagonal angle, which it isn't supposed to do. And also it's very sensitive, so it's so easy to hit the wall with. It is extremely sensitive, and if you build up too much speed, even though it's actually a pretty slow vehicle, and then you try and corner, it does it gets a lot of understeer for a start, because it I think I probably made it a bit rear heavy. That can be fixed though, and it as you're rounding the corner, it does tend to bobble a bit. The wheels kind of, you'll notice here that some of the wheels, oh goodness, some of the wheels become very light, and some of the wheels kind of lift off the floor a bit, which they're not supposed to do, because then the handling of the car just becomes absolutely impossible. There you go. I think I just saw that both of the front wheels kind of caught wrong and kind of lifted off the ground. Yeah, there, you see. You saw as I was going around the corner, the front wheels kind of lifted off the ground a bit, and that's because as I steer, it kind of catches on the floor, because the game doesn't really know what to do with that many tyres at the front, so the front tyres do tend to lift off the floor a little bit, which is a problem, and it makes the handling absolutely terrible, which is a big shame. There you go, the front right tyre just lifted right off the ground there. So yeah, I really don't know what to do. It's a big predicament, and I do not know how to stop it from happening. So I don't really have any ideas at all on how I could resolve this issue, because it's just, I suppose finding the perfect balance between short wheelbase, long wheelbase, narrow, wide. It's just finding the balance, really, that's the issue, and I haven't managed to find the balance yet, which is very bad. Actually, if I wanted to see an example of crabbing, look at this car for an example. Oh, I think I know what I did wrong with this car. I think that most of the crabbing issue might be because it's front-engined. I don't know why I made it front-engine, actually. Let's take the engine off, and let's put the engine at the back of the car and see if that makes any difference. Let's see if that will make any difference whatsoever to the handling. Let's change this to that. So is that the colour? No, it's a bit darker. So I need to make this a bit lighter. Is that the colour? Yeah, let's make it that colour. There we go. Now it matches the car. Anyway, so I should make the seat match the. No, I want to make the seat kind of a pink colour to match the. Is that the right colour? Yeah, that's the right colour. There we go. Looks a bit more vibrant now. Right. So let's see if that makes any. Oh, I haven't actually linked it up. I forgot that. Right. Okay, so I have to link this up like so, and then I also have to redo the rear pedals. I mean the rear wheels like this. I have an idea. I wonder if in that other car, the four-wheel car I just showed you, I wonder if making it. The engine power is really low. I wonder if making it four-wheel drive would be a good idea. Yeah, because if it was four-wheel drive, that would probably mean that the front wheels would catch a bit less, and there would probably be a bit less wheel spin as well, which will make handling a lot better. So I wonder if making that car four-wheel drive would would be a good idea. I'll have to test that after I've done a lap in this car. The only trouble is this car's very hard to actually get in. There we go. I managed to get in. Oh, I've turned the engine power up way too high there. Oh, okay. Right, let me turn it down a bit. So there we go. Will that be about the right engine power? The thing is, this car's so light that every notch of engine power changes the handling significantly and changes how it performs significantly, which is not good, because that means that it means that you can't really get the right engine power, because it would have to be like in between the two notches, which is oops. Okay. That does not look comfortable. If I zoom in a second, where's the zoom in button? I've forgotten what the zoom in button is. Oh, there we go. There's the zoom in button. Oh my goodness, my head is through the floor. That is not supposed to happen. Oh dear. Right. Okay. So if I oh, okay. I don't know what I'm doing there. If I zoom in again, there we go. I'm still getting used to the controls of this game a bit. Okay. So let's place that back there, and let's take it off the jack. Yeah, let's take it off jack. I tried to make a joke out of that, and it turned out to not be very funny at all. Okay, right, now I need to get it turned round in... Oh, I'm zooming in by accident. There we go. Now I need to get it turned round in the right direction again. Oh, dear. The thing is, now it's too slow. But if I turn the engine power up by 1 notch, it would be too fast again. So the thing is, if you turn the engine power down too low, it moves too slowly, and it's really annoying. And if you turn the engine power up too high, then it really does not handle, and it is an absolute pain in the backside to drive. And with the lighter cars, each notch makes such a big difference. Each notch makes such a big difference that it just, well, it's very hard to get the car right. Maybe you need to add some more weight or something. Sometimes that's the best option, but that's not always an option, because if I added more weight to this, I expect that it would probably tip over a bit more. So yeah, that is the problem I have. Anyway, that has probably been just about the right, just about enough time for this recording. There might have been a bit of background noise to the end. I did try and stop them, but I'm going to try and cut out as much of that as I possibly can. So, yeah, thank you for watching this episode of Scrap Mechanic. I will see you all in the next episode. Give it a tentacles up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more videos. And I will see you all, before I die, in the next episode. Goodbye.